Ladies and gents, our third and final topic of the premiere episode of DS Politics is one that actually is local to me. So this may not be something that affects all of you, or maybe it does. It does affect all Americans because this time of year is a time of giving. As you know, it's November 2024, and we have a national holiday at the end of the month. It's usually the final Thursday of the month. It's Thanksgiving. This is the time when we get together with friends and family, and we give thanks for all the amazing things that we have in our lives. We're supposed to feel grateful for the good things. And a lot of us get together and have a big meal of turkey and stuffing and sides and potatoes and all kinds of stuff. We usually gorge ourselves, and it's a tradition. It's just something we do every year. All right. However, this time of year is also a time of year when you got to think about the needy. What about people who don't have the ability to get together with friends and family and afford a big meal? What about people who are hungry? They deserve to have a nice Thanksgiving too. Hell, they just decide, they deserve to eat at any time. All right. And so traditionally around this time of year, Americans actually donate a lot of food. You go to the supermarket and they right there buy this bag and fill this bag with groceries and donate it. That's very common. I think my whole life I've seen that. Around this time of year in November, you can go to the grocery store, buy a bag, fill it with food, pay for the food, and it gets donated to your local food bank or food drive. Usually they say, oh, get things that are catered towards the Thanksgiving meal, because usually we get the homeless or the needy together and we give them all this food for Thanksgiving. And it's very successful. There's campaigns all over the place that raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. They raise tons of food. It's a big thing. It's an annual thing that happens in the United States. Okay. So personally, it's at that time of year and I start thinking about it, right? And all right, what should I do? Should I go to the grocery store, grab one of these bags, fill it with food? What should I do? Right. And then the other day, as I was watching my local news, I saw a certain topic appear. Once again, I feel like I always have to do a disclaimer on this show and say, I swear to you, I have not made this up. This is a real story, and I can corroborate it because there's actually a video attached. The American Heart Association of Washington says, why donating healthy, culturally diverse foods to drives crucial? The start of the holiday season typically means a spike in food drives in communities. Well, the American Heart Association shares tips on how to best support your local food banks. Let's watch this clip, shall we?
Annual Home Team Harvest food drive is underway, and we're aiming to raise 24 million meals for Washington State's largest annual food drive. Like King 5 and its community partners, other groups may be asking you to participate in food drives. The American Heart Association in Washington is encouraging people to donate healthy foods. Joining me now is Elena O'Callaghan, a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and community impact manager for the AHA of Washington. Thanks so much.
So she's the health person and the community impact manager for the American Heart Association in Washington State, where I live. Let's hear what she has to say.
Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you.
Well, could you tell us?
Can you guys hear? Because this seems low. It seems like the other videos were all too loud. This one seems way too low. Should I make it louder? I'll up the volume just for this clip. I swear these videos, no one can make even volume videos on the internet anywhere. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Ready?
Tell us a little bit more about when we're donating to food drives, what we should consider when we're participating.
Yeah, well, something important to know, Farah, is that over 1 in 10 households in Washington struggle to get enough food. And
That's sad.
In some communities, that number is 3 to 4 times higher.
That's
so
awful.
Food banks and pantries play a vitally important part in helping people access food, that very, very basic need. And during their holiday food drives, they can collect a lot of food for the year, beyond just the holiday season. So it's very important for them.
You heard what she just said. During this time of year, Thanksgiving time, these food banks will build up food that's a surplus for the rest of the year. Okay, let's continue.
Do you have some healthier suggestions people could buy when they're looking for things to get at the store to donate to a food drive?
Yeah, so if donors are thinking about what healthy foods can they contribute, things like canned fruit without sugar, canned low-sodium vegetables, beans, and heart-healthy whole grains, things like oatmeal and brown rice are great.
That all kind of makes sense to me, does it not? I think that's pretty reasonable stuff. That makes sense. Okay.
Great examples. One thing that's often overlooked by donors is the need for spices, which can help families create flavorful meals without all the salt. One thing that's really important.
Chickpeas and garbanzo beans. Chickpeas and garbanzo beans for Thanksgiving. That's not in the top 50 things I would think about if I was thinking about American Thanksgiving, would be chickpeas, garbanzo beans.
Important to keep in mind as well is reaching out to the food pantry before you donate to learn more about their capacity and what the needs are of their shoppers.
Now, I've seen the Heart Association focus a little bit more on encouraging people to donate culturally diverse, culturally relevant foods. Why is that important to the Heart Association?
Culturally diverse, culturally relevant foods. I'll be honest, until I saw this story, I didn't even know that that term existed. Like, I understand that different cultures eat different cuisines, but let's see what they have to say about this. Now, keep in mind, the whole idea is that around Thanksgiving, Americans go to the store, you're already shopping for your own family, and you grab a bag and you fill it with food so that someone else can have a Thanksgiving meal. That's the whole idea of these donation drives. They even spin them. They say this is the Thanksgiving drive and things like that. So what are they going to say about culturally diverse foods?
Yeah, and so when we think about holiday staples, not everybody needs and wants mashed potatoes and turkey. Although we know a lot of families prepare and share meals together, that's part of their holiday tradition. So in order to speak to all communities, we really want you to think about reaching out to the food bank. They are listening to the suggestions and the needs in their community and are able to guide you on what to donate. So check out their social media feed or their websites, or even call them directly to learn that information.
Okay.
So you're at the grocery store, you're getting the bag to fill with food. You go down the aisle, well, what am I going to get for Thanksgiving? Sweet potatoes, put that in the bag. Mashed potatoes, put that in the bag. A turkey, put that in the bag, right? All the things your family wants, whatever kind of veggies you put them all in the bag. And you go and you check out, thanks, but this isn't what we wanted. What do you mean? Oh, well, aren't you aware? You live in a culturally diverse area. Not everyone just eats American Thanksgiving dinner here. So we don't want this. What do you mean? I thought this is the Thanksgiving food drive. That's the point. It's Thanksgiving. Everyone's going to have a Thanksgiving meal. That's what I'm buying the food for. No, that's not good enough. You got to go to the website of the food bank, your local food bank, and you got to contact them directly on the phone and ask them what they want, and then go buy the specific things they want to donate. There's a saying, okay? The saying is, beggars can't be choosers. But apparently in the modern era, the modern day, 2024, actually, beggars can be choosers. They're outright telling you, no, don't just donate whatever to do the good thing or the right thing or to give someone food. You have to give them specifically what they want to eat as well. Because if they're starving and they're coming here to a food bank or they're going to a soup kitchen, they don't want to just eat the swill you bought for them. They want healthy food. They want culturally diverse food, the stuff that they're used to eating where they come from. Wait, what? I thought we live in America. I thought everyone's going to eat Thanksgiving dinner. No? I guess not. So what they're saying in this story is, even though you're participating in the Thanksgiving food drive, you're actually not. What you're doing is you're just giving food to the food bank. And they can tell you whatever they want, and you better give them what they want, because if you don't, you are basically being incredibly insensitive. How dare you even think of donating food if it's not going to be appropriate to what the people in these communities who aren't going to eat Thanksgiving dinner want for food? What? Huh? This just blows my mind. So it's not even go to the store and donate, and that's the ask. Now it's go to the store. Don't go to the store yet. Go on the internet, get the phone number of your local food bank, call the food bank, say, what food do you need? Well, we need garbanzo beans, and we need this special kind of rice powder, and we need this seasoning. We need Chinese five seasoning, and we need this seasoning, and we need that, and we need that. Okay, so then you got to go to the store, with a giant special list of ingredients and buy those things to donate. You can't just go to the store and grab a bag and fill it and say, here's food to feed hungry people. That's not acceptable anymore. That's in fact, that's insulting. How dare you try to donate something that's not specifically what these groups are asking for? Okay, let's just finish the story, and then I'm going to tell you what I do.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people are going to be either asked to participate in one or maybe be inspired to start a food drive themselves. That's exciting. For more resources from our local Heart Association chapter, just text the word HEART to 206-448.
Okay. So I'm not going to text the local Heart Association chapter to ask them what culturally diverse foods they would like. This is ridiculous, okay? At this point, it's like they actually want, oh, look, an unknown error occurred. I know what the error is. I know what the error is, okay? Here's what I'm going to do, all right? Listen, I want to help people, but I'm not going to fucking spend hours calling, getting laundry lists of specific things that I don't even know if I can buy. The whole idea was I do something that I can sacrifice some money, a little bit of time. Not, this has to be a giant fucking endeavor. This has to be a project. This has to be like insane amounts of work just to donate anymore, all right? So ladies and gentlemen, here's what I urge you to do. Don't go to the grocery store and get that bag and fill it with food because these people don't want it. All right? Here's what you do. You go to feedingamerica.org. All right? This website is a website that is a resource of places that you can actually help with food. Okay? When you go there, do not click the donate link because that just gives directly to them. What you need to do is that there's a link that actually says find a food bank. And I'm sorry, because I'm actually blocking it here. It's actually under my frame. Okay, here, I'll move it to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. My apologies. I didn't realize I was going to be blocking what I wanted to tell you about today. So here's what you do. Find a food bank. All right. Because let's see, if you're going to donate, you want to help people that are probably close to you or local to you. Correct. So you click on find a food bank. And I'm just going to give you an example. I'm going to give you my old zip code. This is my current zip code, but just to show you, this will work with any zip code. So you could do my old zip code when I used to live in Connecticut was 06610. Okay. And just like that, you can hit search. Boom. There's a food bank that serves that zip code. And now you can actually click on the food bank to donate directly to them. Or you can actually volunteer at that food bank. Maybe you don't have money to give, but you could still help. You could donate your time. You could actually sort the food. You could probably serve Thanksgiving meals. You could still do things to help your local community that isn't people demanding that you go crazy, making sure you're buying the right foods, or else you're going to get a lecture and be told that what you did was wrong and how dare you do the wrong kind of charity. Okay? And by the way, since we have so many people here tonight on the stream, I'm going to ask all of you out there to think for this local Thanksgiving coming up to do something as little as $1, or whether it's an hour of your time, whatever it may be. All right, do something to help your local to help your fellow man, to help your local person. Do it. Now, I'm not just saying this because, oh, this is what you should do. This is what you actually should do. Okay. And just to show you that I put my money where my mouth is, I already made a donation tonight before I even streamed to show you that everyone should be doing this and follow suit. Okay. Fair enough. I think that everyone should do something for the holiday season to help others. And if it's not good enough to go to the grocery store and donate the food, then do it through there. Don't let these people, the American Heart Association of Washington or Georgia or New York or wherever the fuck they are, don't let them harass you into thinking that your charity is bad. Oh, you didn't do the extra work to figure out what people should be eating or what's culturally diverse enough for your area. Fuck you. Charity is charity. If people want to give, they give. Be happy that they want to give. Instead of being demanding and picky and assholes about it, you take the donations. Cut the shit. All right? So go to Feeding America, find your local food bank, and either do a donation or donate some of your time, if at all you can. And if you can't, that's perfectly fine. But we're Americans here, or at least a lot of us are that watch my content. And if you can, you should. Fair enough? All right, folks. Well, that is what I have for you for my very first edition